Hi everyone, my name is Catherine McKernan. I'm office bearer and fundraiser of Glasgow Provan branch. I think I'm the only local candidate standing. In fact, I know I'm the only local candidate standing. I have lived and worked here in our constituency for a decade. So as you can imagine, I have good direct experience and local knowledge, which I hope you will agree with me is really important for our chosen candidate to the Scottish Parliament. But additional to that, with my interest in national and international politics and economics, my focus will be Provan and also national and international policy and its impact upon Provan and Scotland. My journey as a campaigner for the SNP started in my late teens. I also leafleted and canvassed in the 90s on behalf of the SNP, and from there on to other issues that I also cared deeply about. But it was through working on our independence campaign together that I met the amazing people of Yes Provan. And I realised that the other issues I had been campaigning on could all be fixed by our freedom and our independence. So I joined the SNP and continued helping and working through the Westminster campaign to elect our MP, Anne McLaughlin. So what do I have that really sets me apart? I think if you were to ask me, I would say the breadth and the depth of my experience. I have broad experience and knowledge of education. I was a research scientist and then a lecturer and then a teacher. Also though, I have experience of business and of job creation. 3 days before the credit crunch and whilst going through cancer treatment, I started an occupational health company 7 years ago from scratch with absolutely nothing. And I experienced every aspect of business startup and business growth. And I now employ 35 people. We believe in a living wage, we believe in paying the living wage. Those 35 people are all paid the Glasgow living wage as a very minimum, no matter what age they are. Here are just a few of my ideas for our Provan, and they are just a few of my ideas. I have lots of ideas. Jobs. Are you like me desperate to see massive, positive and coordinated change? With some use of the new Community Empowerment Fund, I will set up a different kind of business startup, a centre in our Provan focused on our specific needs. We must remember also that we can crowdfund that business startup. We can set up computer data centres with managed servers, and the industries that depend on extremely fast connections will flood in around them, and that has been seen in every instance where a data centre has been set up. With this new fund, this new community fund, we can also set up small software programming companies and small specialist manufacturing companies. One of the things that I would also like to see happen is in this setting up of new companies, I would like us to encourage the many students who actually live in our community to stay within our community and participate in that business startup and in these new jobs that will be created as a result of that. With the community fund, we can also release derelict and unused property for community job and business startup use. I want also, and this is really important to me, for those people who can't come out themselves, who can't make that first step themselves, I want outreach job vans for CV help and for signposting help, signposting to the different services that they need. Really though, I think to make the biggest difference, we have to draw together even more effectively as a community, as we saw in Yes Provan, and with the strength of our community action, there will be a huge difference. And within that, I also want our community groups to become much more involved as an entire entity. Now, education and elder isolation. Are you seeing that the educational attainment of our children needs visionary, coordinated help from large-scale community participation in our children's reading particularly? I always believe that if you teach someone to read, if someone can read, they can practically, especially with the resources of the internet, they can practically educate themselves. But also, we need help with adult employability. Now, where can all of that help come from? It's going to require massive effort. Well, I want to help to organise vetted, safe elder citizens paired with probably approximately 5 children to do their reading individually with them every single day. And that will help not only the elder citizens' isolation and feelings of usefulness within the community, but will also help our children with their experience and their knowledge. And it can also help adult employability with their input into, their experience and their knowledge. Another big issue that people always talk about, but sometimes people don't have specific plans to action change, but I do. I have ideas, and one of them is to have data drilling and really quite in-depth investigation of the figures around the health issues in our community. Now, the early indications are that there are actual health issue clusters, and what would be fantastic is to set up investigation groups to go through all that data, to go through all those statistics and really identify where the health issue clusters are. From that, what we would do is take immediate action for change. Now, if I'm chosen by you as our candidate, Provan will have all of the benefits of all of my broad knowledge and my in-depth life and work experience, and I have a lot of broad life and work experience. And my life and work experience, as I've told you here, it has been in health, it has been in education, it has been in the creation of jobs, and it also has been in ideas around improving housing. And I would like to talk to you in more detail at another time about that. I will give all of my evidence, determination and hard work. I will use all of the resources that I've built up of knowledge and all my experience and the hard work that I'm very, very capable of to change 4 things for our constituency. And you would expect to hear them from me, but they're jobs, education, health and housing. And I want to work in an effective partnership with our MP and also our councillors, and I do expect that in 2017 there'll be a lot more councillors to work with to effect big, real change, real jobs, real change in education, real change, different changes in health and housing, changes that have never been seen before, because the poverty of ideas that has plagued us through the Labour days will go, and we are all so capable of generating new ideas and bigger change, better change. So jobs, education, health and housing, they're also completely dependent upon each other, that really there's no separation, there's no real separation, and improving one improves all. These changes will underpin and strengthen the self-belief of our people and increase aspiration within our community. And I think with our movement you can feel the changes happening already. Now, the ballots open on the 31st of July and the voting is over on the 21st of August. I want to be generating these changes for our area. I want to use my ideas to make huge improvements to our constituency, and I would ask you to please make me your #1 choice and vote for me as #1 in the election for our candidate to be MSP to our Scottish Parliament for Provan. Thank you very much.